Welcome. I'm Emily, and I'm so glad you've joined me for today's vinyasa practice. This practice will last about an hour. If at any point you need to pause or return to this opening pose of lying on your back, you're welcome to do so. Let's get started. I invite you to begin by lying on your back and just beginning to settle into this space. Perhaps begin by allowing yourself to notice all the points of contact where your body is held and supported by your mat. The backs of your legs, your glutes, notice the way that the mat supports your entire spine. Feel the support on the back of your shoulders. And with your next exhale, really allow your shoulders to melt away from your ears, to settle, fully supported by the mat. Feel the contact with the back of your head. And I invite you to bring the soles of your feet to the mat, knees bent, pointed toward the ceiling. Hands alongside. We're going to take some gentle moving bridge poses with our breath. So take a deep inhale. On your exhale, press into your feet, lifting your hips. On your exhale, let them drop back down to the mat. With your breath, lift and lower. Really tune in to what's happening in your body as you lift and lower. Do you notice any points of tension or stickiness along the front of the legs, the hip flexors? Maybe you notice that your weight wants to sway a bit from side to side, even as you lift and lower. And the next time you lift your hips up off the mat, I'm going to invite you to also lift your hands up off the mat toward the sky and then back over your head. When you lower your hips and your hands back down to the mat. Continuing to move with your breath. Inhaling, lifting hips and hands. Exhale, lowering everything back down. Let's take 2 more rounds. Again, really noticing how the arms, the shoulders feel. And the next time that you bring your hands and hips back down to the mat, let's gently hug both knees into the chest. Perhaps take a gentle rock from side to side, little massage for the low back. And then reaching the hands overhead, we'll stretch the legs long, coming into a great big morning stretch. Maybe those wrists get a little rotation. And the opposite direction. Hug those knees into the chest one more time. And I invite you to create a little bit of resistance with your shins pressing into your hands and your hands pulling your shins back toward your body. Not with all your effort here, just a gentle resistance. And one more good morning stretch, reaching hands overhead, feet stretched long. When you're ready, we're going to gently begin to make our way up to our hands and knees. So perhaps you roll to your favorite side. And then press yourself up to hands and knees. Knees underneath hips, wrists underneath shoulders. Begin with some cat and cow with our breath. Inhaling, chest comes forward, tailbone tips back. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale. And exhale. Couple more rounds. Your breath guides the pace of your practice. We're going to begin to add on a little bit here. So coming back on your next inhale to your neutral table, we'll inhale here. Exhale, sit our hips back toward our heels like we're coming into a child's pose. Inhale, coming forward into our cow. Exhaling back toward our child's pose. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, sitting back, hips to heels. One more round like this, and then we're going to add on. The next time you inhale and come forward, we're going to lower all the way onto our belly. Pausing here for just a moment. On your inhale, we'll come up into a low cobra. Exhale, push into your hands, come up to hands and knees. Inhale here. Exhale, hips sit back toward heels. Inhale, come forward, hands and knees. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up to hands and knees. And exhale, hips back to heels. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, back to your child's pose. We'll stay here. You're welcome to take this as a more active pose, reaching those fingertips forward, elbows lifting off the mat, pushing into the hands to press the hips back to the heels. Or to take this as a more restorative pose, maybe even bringing those hands back towards your heels. Your choice. Let's take one more breath here. When you're ready, we'll come back up to hands and knees. We're going to bring our right foot up off the mat, straight back as if we're pressing into the back wall. Hips are level, core is engaged. Maybe those left fingertips float forward. Really pressing with that foot back. And lower both hand and knee back to the mat. We'll take it to the other side. Left foot goes straight back, hips level. Core engaged. Perhaps those right fingertips lift forward. And lower. Right foot comes straight back. Left fingertips come forward. And release. Right foot straight back. Left foot straight back. Y'all, man, I clearly don't teach in the morning. I don't know my left from my right. And lower. This time, option to do exactly as we just did or to add on. So we're going to take that right foot straight back, left fingertips forward. Perhaps you bend that right knee, bringing your heel back toward your hip. Maybe you reach your left hand back toward that foot. Doesn't matter if you actually grab on. But breathe and release. Left foot goes straight back, right fingertips forward. Bend that left foot and add the bind if you like. Release. One more time each side, right foot straight back. Add the bind if you like. And release. Left foot straight back, hips level. And then bend the knee. Add that bind if you like. Breathe here. Release. Hand and knee come back down to the mat. Take a child's pose or a sip of water. Your breath has grown a little shallow or ragged. Balance does that to us sometimes. And you smooth it back out. And when you're ready, we'll come back to hands and knees. Tuck our toes under. First downward facing dog of the day. Take a moment to really settle into your dog. Maybe you need to pedal out your heels or come up on tiptoes and then push the heels away. We'll lift that left foot up high and step it through between the hands. Let the right foot follow, coming into our forward fold. Generous bend is welcome in the knees here. Inhale, come up halfway lift. Nice long spine. Take a full breath here. And slowly rise. Let's reach our fingertips overhead as we come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. This time we'll take our right foot straight back, heel lifted, and rise up into our high lunge. Perhaps the arms reach overhead. Full breath here. We'll drop our hands back down to either side of that front foot, stepping that left foot back to meet the right, coming into your plank. Pause here. And then chaturanga, you're welcome to take it on knees here for our first one, or all of them today. Inhale, take that baby cobra. Exhale, lower. And then we'll lift back up and back to our downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Settle your weight into your feet, and when you're ready, we'll rise. Both hands come up. High crescent lunge. One more breath here. We'll drop both hands down by that front foot. Step that left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Long spine. Core engaged. Inhale, we rise. Hands rise with us. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time we'll step that right foot straight backward. Pausing here. And then slowly rise. Hands come to heart center. We're going to twist toward the front leg. So take a moment. Inhale, and on your exhale, twist. Belly button twists first. Shoulders and head follow. And back to center. Inhale, bring those hands up. Exhale, bring them down by that front foot. Step that left foot back to meet the right. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. This time that right foot comes high. Step it through. When you feel stable, we'll rise. Both hands come to heart center. Twisting toward the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, both hands come up. Exhale, bring it down on either side of that foot. Pause. Stay here in your lunge. And then we'll step that left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Slowly rise all the way up. Reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment. Check in with your breath. Maybe get a sip of water. Or if you're sweating like I am, a beach towel. When you're ready, we'll return to our mountain pose, settle our weight to all four corners of our feet. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps backward. We're going to turn our heel toward the corner of our mat, coming up into our warrior two. Once you feel stable, maybe you reach those fingertips forward and backward. We'll straighten that front leg. And reach toward me before you hinge, coming into your triangle. Bringing that right hand down as we rotate toward that front foot. Coming back into our low lunge, we'll pause here. And we'll step that right foot forward to meet our left. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. We're going to transfer our weight into that left foot, drawing that right knee up, one-legged mountain. Hands where you feel stable, maybe to your sides, reaching down, maybe hands to heart. And then we'll bring that knee down, kicking our heel backward. Perhaps you reach back and grab that right foot. Same action from the beginning of class when we were on our knees. Release if you're holding that foot. Bring that knee back forward, one-legged mountain. Settle that foot back to the earth. Take a deep breath. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release down. We'll step that left foot back. Pause here in your low lunge. And then we'll settle that heel toward the back corner of our mat, setting up for warrior two. When you feel stable, rise. Front knee settling over that ankle, reaching the fingertips forward and backward. And we'll straighten that front leg. Reach toward me. Tip into your triangle. Full breath here. And then we'll rotate, bringing both hands down on either side of that front foot. Rotate, bringing that back heel up. And then step that left foot forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we're going to transfer our weight into our right foot this time. Bringing that left foot up, one-legged mountain. Knee still bent, we'll drop that left foot back. Perhaps you reach back to grab that left foot. Full breath here. And release. Back to your one-legged mountain. Settle that foot back onto the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's pause here in ragdoll. You're welcome to take a generous bend in the knees. Maybe you take an elbow in each hand. Check back in with your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We'll step both feet to the back of the mat. Coming into your plank. Chaturanga. Up, dog or cobra. Back to your downward facing dog or to a child's pose. Take a moment to catch your breath. Sip of water if you'd like. Is this normally a 50-minute class or a full hour? Does anyone know? Yeah, that's why I couldn't remember. Anyone planning to leave at 8:50? Because I'm planning to give you a full hour, unless y'all tell me otherwise. All right. And at any point, if your body's had enough, Shavasana is always ready for you. Take a couple of breaths here. And when you're ready, we'll come up to downward facing dog. Inhale. Left foot comes toward the sky. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Pause in your low lunge. Let those hips really settle toward the mat. Inhale, rise into your crescent lunge. Back heel is lifted. Front knee bent. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. We'll twist toward your left from the waist. Shoulders, head follow. Back to center. We're going to step our right foot forward into our one-legged mountain. One step or many, your choice. So take a moment, fix your gaze, take your step. Kick that right foot back. Perhaps you reach back with your right hand. Take hold of that right foot. Stay here. Or you're welcome to flip your grip to the inside of your foot and kick that right foot back into your hand, coming into your dancer pose. Release, come back to one-legged mountain. Foot settles to the floor. Find your mountain pose. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step that left foot straight back, preparing for your crescent lunge. Heels still lifted. Stay here in low lunge for just a breath. And then slowly rise. Bring hands to heart center. We'll twist to the right this time. Inhale, come back to center. And we're taking that one step forward or many into our one-legged mountain. Dropping that left foot behind. Maybe reaching for the bind. Perhaps you kick that foot into your hand, coming into your dancer pose. When you're ready, we'll come back to one-legged mountain. Lower that left foot to the floor. Mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Take your feet just a little wider apart, toes pointed toward the corners of the room. On your exhale, we're going to sit our hips down between our heels, coming into our yogi squat. And when you're ready, lowering all the way down into your seat. You'll want your strap nearby. And we're going to lower all the way back down onto our backs. Take a moment. Check back in with your breath. Nice deep inhales. Long, slow exhales. Beginning to slow that heart rate back down. Let's take our great big morning stretch, heels pressing toward the front of the room, hands reaching toward the back of the room. And we're going to hug just our left knee into our chest. Take our strap around that left foot. When you're there, we'll reach that left foot up toward the ceiling. Toes drawn back toward your face, heel pressing away. Welcome to keep a micro bend in that knee or a generous one. And we'll take both ends of the strap in our right hand. When you're ready, we'll draw that left foot across the body toward the floor on the opposite side. You decide how deep this twist comes. Maybe that foot pauses somewhere in midair. You use that strap to really press into the foot. Good stretch through that outside hip or the back of the leg. Maybe that foot crosses all the way over toward the floor. If that left shoulder wants to pop up, feel free to bring it up to the hip. Take several slow, deep breaths here. When you're ready, we'll bring that left foot back up toward the ceiling. Maybe draw those toes a little closer toward your face. And then taking one end of the strap in each hand, we'll lift that right leg up and press it into the strap next to the left. Pausing here. Before we release that left foot out of the strap, stretching it long on your mat. Drawing the toes on that right foot toward your face, pressing the heel toward the ceiling. When you're ready, both ends of the strap in your left hand, and we'll draw that foot across the body toward the floor on the opposite side. Nice, long, deep breath here. Noticing where you feel this stretch. When you're ready, we'll draw that leg back up toward the ceiling. Taking each end of the strap in a separate hand, and we'll let that left foot slide back into the strap alongside the right. I'm going to stay here in waterfall for a few breaths. So you can use that strap to help settle yourself in. Still using our breath. Slow that heart rate back down. And we'll hug both knees into our chest. Release that strap. I invite you to either stay here, knees hugged into the chest, or if you prefer, to lift the soles of the feet toward the ceiling, coming into your happy baby. Hands can hold the bottoms of the feet, behind the thighs or the calves. Feel free to stay in stillness or to rock gently from side to side if that feels good for you. And we'll release Coming back down to the mat. I invite you to take any final movement that you need to feel that your practice is complete. That is the perfect move right there. Every one of you took that great big breath. I love that. We're not in a hurry, so if your body needs some extra movement, take your time. You have a chilled towel. Happy to place one in your hand if you just leave your palm open. When you're ready, begin to make your way toward any position that's comfortable for you for final relaxation. Take your time. Consider, is there anything that you could do to make yourself even 10% more comfortable? When you're ready, begin to settle in to rest. And begin to deepen your breathing. Invite some small movement back into your body. Maybe a wiggle of fingers or toes. And gradually expand your movements. Allowing your movements to grow ever larger, really beginning to wake the body back up. When you're ready, you can roll to your favorite side. Take a breath or two. And when you feel ready, I'll meet you back in a seated position. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today, especially because I'm a sub. I'm grateful. I invite you to close our time together with 3 deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, audible sigh through the mouth. So exhale completely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let it go. May you each be safe. May you be well. May you be filled with peace. Namaste.